Hey everyone, Greta here. Today I'll be sharing with you a very simple breathing technique, and it's a breathing technique that is able to give you some bit of mindfulness, some bit of peace and calm. So in the beginning, we are going to place our hands on different parts of our body and just see which part of the body we could connect with the breath the most. And then afterwards, we will be spending about a minute with the hands placing on that part of the body and breathe in a natural way. Of course, this is more like a guide. Feel free to, continue with the breathing exercise even after the video has finished. So the three parts of the body that we will be placing our hands on. First part is the chest. So you can have one hand on the left chest, the other hand on the right chest, closer to the collarbone. So we'll take a couple of breaths here and just see if you can actually feel anything, if there's like a connection. And then we will be moving to the side ribs. So it's just the side chest, kind of slightly lower. Okay, and then take a few breaths there, and then we will be moving onwards to our abdomen. So for the abdomen, maybe one hand a little bit higher up so that both hands are in contact with your abs. And again, take a few breaths there and just see which part of the body you feel have a deeper connection with the breath, or maybe the easiest to feel the breath. And then we will be staying there for about a minute. All right, so the breath is natural, breathing in and out with your nose. And feel free to close your eyes, or if you prefer to have your eyes open, I'd like you to just gaze down so you're not staring or glaring at anything in particular. Okay, so let's begin our practice. So just find a comfortable seated shape. You don't have to be sitting on a yoga mat or on a floor. Be sitting on a chair, or maybe standing if that feels comfortable for you, or maybe even laying down. Just make sure that you don't fall asleep, or at least try not to. Okay, so finding a comfortable shape that you can kind of relax into and be still for the next little while. Noticing the weight of the body and noticing the earth that's below you. And then also sense the connection between the body and the earth. And gradually shifting the awareness inwards. And let's start to focus on the breath. If it's easier for you to get your attention, maybe just take long, deep breaths and be fully aware of the breath. Keeping the body relaxed as you are sensing the breath or concentrating on the breath. Now let's place our hands on the chest. So one hand is on the left side and the other is on the right. And breathe naturally. See if you can feel the chest rising and falling as you're breathing. Keep everything natural. There's no need to force or pretend that's happening. Even if you can sense the movement, perhaps it's very subtle, very soft. And also notice your neck and shoulder area when your hands are placed so close to the shoulders. The neck and shoulder area, the upper traps, tensing. If they are, can you relax them a bit? See if you can feel the connection of the breath with the hands on the chest. And then slowly, let's move our hands to the side ribs. So it's a little bit further down than the side of the chest. And taking a few breaths here, perhaps you might notice the rib cage expanding as you're inhaling and coming back in as you're breathing out. Keeping the breath natural and organic. Then let's move our hands further down and place them on our abdomen. One hand could be slightly higher, one hand could be lower. And again, take a few breaths here. See if you can notice any movement in your abdomen. Again, keeping the movement uncontrolled. And if the mind has drifted away, which is perfectly normal, just guide it back to the breath. Now, once we have felt all three parts of the body, I'd like you to place your hands on the part of the body that you can feel your breath the easiest. And we'll be staying here and breathe naturally for about a minute. Noticing how you're breathing in and how you're breathing out. Using the hands to physically sense the breath. Touch is a very important sense. And by able to touch and feel the breath, it is a lot easier to concentrate on the breath this way. Noticing when you're breathing in, your body is expanding, maybe rising. And as you're breathing out, the body relaxes, all coming back towards the center. And do what feels good. If you want to take a longer exhale, then just go for it. Or maybe a longer inhale, that's also is a good idea. So the hands are sensing the movement of your breath, and the mind is focusing on the movements. Bring everything back to the very present moment. By now, about a minute is complete. So if you feel your breathing practice today is good enough to stop, then by all means just relax the hands and place them on a comfortable shape. If you want to continue, feel free to continue. And there's no limit to this breathing exercise. You can go for as long as you need or as short as you like. Just make sure that before you complete or end your breathing practice, you do want to end it gentle and end it slow. And open your eyes softly whenever you are ready. And that is it for our practice today. I hope this simple and short breathing exercise could bring you a bit of calmness, some quietness. And I'll see you again soon. Take it easy.